Alright, YouTube. This is a review of my Springfield 1911 TRP full rail operator. I've had this going a little while now, so I think my input would be valuable on it. It's not my first experience with Springfield, so certainly not my first experience with the Springfield operator. I have a previous generation, or should I say a later generation, of the Springfield standard operator, but the TRP full rail operator is a completely different animal. This thing is awesome. Has that very heavy bull barrel on it, full of guy rod. It's got the adjustable rear sights, the Bowmar style sights. These are tritium front and rear, front restorations, aggressive texturing on the front strap, which I mean, if you're a fan of it, you're a fan of it. It doesn't bother me either way, whether I have it or not. You get ambidextrous safety, and it comes with that iconic full pick rail up front, which I actually do like because it gives this gun a very unique look. It looks like a modern 1911, which is what it is. If there ever was a modern 1911, this would be it. I know there are a lot of 2011s out there, but having that full-length dust cover, full-length rail, truly makes this a modern 1911, whereas everything else looks traditional. Springfield rails are awesome, even on their standard operator. They're very low profile. I like them a lot. This guy is just a much heavier beast. I think it comes in at 45 ounces unloaded. So with everything I got on it, it's probably close to 3.5 pounds. So it's a monster. It's in its whole league of its own altogether. They shoot great, very little recoil, very little muzzle rise. You can't beat them for what they are. I have other 1911s. I have Colt. I have, tried plenty others, but I mean, my Springfields have always been my favorites. The 1911 I started out with. I bought a 1911 GI Springfield. This guy right here. I've had this for about 20 years, and it shoots great. It's just with the GI, this has a two-piece barrel, not as strong, certainly wouldn't be as reliable. Plus this is an M-Bell, so this is made in Brazil. This guy, along with this guy, is made in America, which something to be said about having American-made 1911. Call me patriotic, but I personally prefer that. I know a lot of people out there shoot a lot of TSOS and shoot a lot of 1911s from other countries. Nothing wrong with them, but I like my 1911s made in America. So it's just an American thing to do. They're great guns, despite that. They do have MIM parts, but if MIM parts are done right, you should have no issue. I mean, I've never had an issue out of any of my Springfields. I've shot them quite a bit, but not nearly to the extent that I've shot other guns like my HKs or my Glocks. It's just I don't carry 1911. I like shooting them, I just don't carry them, so I don't get in as much practice with them. But that being said, I've never really had any hiccups out of them. This guy right here, I have changed out the recoil spring on because it was old and it was pretty much time to do it. I have a Wilson Combat 15 pound, I think, in there, and I've changed out the firing pin spring also in that because, like I said, it's just getting old. After so much time, it's just something I'll do anyway. Just routine maintenance. Springs should be changed out periodically. But aside from that, this is a fucking awesome gun. This guy I purchased earlier this year, and it's been quite awesome. It's beefy. I love the armory coat finish. It's a heavy Cerakote they have on here. It's got a smooth texture to it. Cleans off really easy. The standard operator has more of a powder coat Cerakote finish, which is fine. I'm running both of these with Surefire X300 turbos, which is pretty bright. They have really good candela on them. Got them for a really good deal. And what's weird is I went to an NRA show here in Atlanta. They had all their Springfield models on display. They did not have this one on display. Apparently that's something that they just don't really push out there like that. It's still produced, but it's not one of those things that they advertise like that anymore. I don't know why. It's my opinion the best Springfield you can buy, the best operator you can buy. But yeah, NRA show was pretty cool. Still got my my badge from it when I went. Met a lot of people, met a lot of reps there that I know. So it was a cool experience. A lot of new stuff out there. Some stuff was weird. Some stuff was pretty innovative and awesome. But I'm a sucker for the classics. And 1911s like this, you don't see stuff like this anymore. This is a fantastic pistol. I mean, an absolute awesome pistol. Took me years to find one of these. I had been looking one for a long time. So when I finally saw it, I had to grab it. It was worth every penny, and I got a good deal on it when I did get it. But it's just not something you're gonna see everywhere. It's typically made for the California market, and I don't think they make them in large enough numbers to really push out there. But the standard operators are good if you need to just have a 45 that's reliable. This standard operator, it's been awesome. I just prefer the heavy barrel of the full rail operator because heavier barrel, less harmonics, less heat you're going to get. Now when it does get hot, it's going to take longer to cool, but it's going to take longer to get hot, and heat is the enemy to accuracy. I am running the Wilson Combat magazines in both of these. This one has a 8-rounder. I think I have I know this is a 10-rounder in here. Pretty expensive mag for the 10-rounder, but typically I run 8-round. This one does have a beveled mag well, which I do like. It helps out a lot, and it's actually done right. A lot of companies will have a lot of gap between their frame and the beveled mag well. This one doesn't, so I actually like the way they did this. I like it a lot. And like I said, the finish is completely awesome. Got a extended beaver tail delta hammer, which is on both of these. Fully ambidextrous safeties on both of these. This one's, World War II replica GI, so it's only gonna have it on one side, along with the spur hammer. The sights on this one are the blade sights, so they're kind of abysmal for accuracy, but I shoot it actually pretty well. I do say I like the font on the older style better than I do the new one. The new font isn't bad. The lettering is much smaller, low profile, but I like the old font better because it has the logo, the caliber, all that. It looks a lot better to me. It's just, I'm probably used to seeing it. Triggers are okay. You're looking about 5 pounds on these two. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but that's a shorter trigger throw, so it's going to feel a little different. These two have the adjustable triggers. This guy did come with 2 sets of grips. I'm kind of leaving the black sandpaper grips on here right now because they look great. The gray grips that came with it, the gray G10 grips, I'll probably use on something else. But this has a very tactical and menacing look, so I just love the way it looks and feels. And the TRP logo in the rear just is iconic. So I definitely recommend it if you can find one. They're not easy to find. It took me a long time to find this particular 1911. That's the 1911 I was holding out for, to buy 1911. Like I said, I have several. I have like 6 1911s now. So that one right now is my favorite, full rail operator. It's a beast. It's just a beast. It's in a league of its own. I can't stress that enough. Out of production 1911s, that probably is one of the better ones you can get. And I've shot a lot of 1911s. Like I said, I'm not the hugest 1911 fanboy, but I do respect the platform for what it is and what it can do. It's a little dated by today's standards, but still, I mean, 45 is a 45. You know what you're getting into when you buy one. So definitely recommend it. Can't say that enough. But the trick is finding one. So if you like my content and you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm probably not the best at doing YouTube reviews. I'm more of a salesman behind the counter. I'm not really good behind the camera, but I have a lot of experience with these guns and a lot of experience with firearms in general because I've been doing this a while. But if you want to see more, just like, share, and subscribe. I got a lot of stuff that I haven't posted, so there should be more coming down on the pipeline. So let me know if you want to see more.